G'day whiskey lovers, welcome to the Hard Malt channel. My name's Tim and today I'm reviewing something that I've been rather enjoying this summer. This one in particular, for the first third of the bottle, wasn't really coming out of the cabinet that often, but from then onwards, as the heat of summer picked up, as you can see, it's been popping out of the cabinet more and more, and there ain't much left of it now. So what have we got here? I've got it's an Australian exclusive bottling by Thompson Bros up in the wee north of Scotland. Independent bottling of Linkwood. It's a 10-year-old, 2011 vintage. It's a single cask bottling, in fact. Number of bottles 186, and this one is bottled at 55.7%. So I dare say that's not cask strength, but it's an excellent drinking strength for those of us experienced whiskey drinkers out there. As I said, this particular bottling is an Australian exclusive. I know they have bottled a 13-year-old Linkwood as well out there, so it's probably not too dissimilar. This one's got the artwork's rather, well, the label is rather simple. The artwork is a black swan, which apparently is native to Australia. Who knew? Learn something new every day, I suppose. Anyhow, let's get some of this into the glass. I haven't been to Linkwood Distillery, so I'll just use my Edinburgh Castle glass for this one, and I'll try and pour this sparingly since I don't have a whole lot left. Now, as I said, I've really been enjoying this through this summer. I'm probably right in the middle of summer right now in Australia. This actual review will probably get posted a little bit later in the summer. I've already got a couple lined up to post. However, I'm sure it'll still be summer when this goes to air. Now, let's see what we've got. Very creamy on the nose. So you're getting all those light white fruits. So think apples, pears, peaches, apricots. It's really, really light and bright on the nose. Not as I would liken it, or say it's a bit similar to, say, Glencadam 10 in that aspect. Though Glencadam 10, I get a lot more floral bouquet out of that as well. But yeah, definitely really rich and creamy. The ABV helps that, of course. And all those light, bright fruits. Let's see how it goes on the palate. Super creamy on the palate. You can almost say reminiscent of ice cream. Maybe that's why I've been enjoying it so much through the summer. A little bit waxy as well, like waxy apples, pears, delicate spices. It's not super heavy on the spices. Now again, this will tell us that, actually it doesn't tell us on this label, but I do know it to be aged in ex-bourbon hogshead, and I thought I read somewhere once that it was a second fill. So the second time they'd used that hogshead, which I would go along with that looking at the colour. It's really quite a pale whiskey. Not as pale as some I've seen. Yeah, so whether it's Whether it is a second refill, I'm not sure. I once thought it was, but I can't find that particular reference anymore. But either way, it's really delicious. Just really easy to drink. It's a nice strength, not too heavy, not too overbearing, but definitely not too slight and watery, should I say. I get a little bit more spices on the nose this time round, but they're very, very soft and welcome. I think cinnamon, nutmeg, just the lightest dustings on top of ice cream with cut fruits like cut apples, pears, apricots, or peaches rather. So yeah, really light and fruity and creamy. This is what this whiskey is, and excellent legs on the glass there. So delicious on the palate. It's any wonder I've been getting through this during the summer. However, I did mention at the start that the first third of this bottle wasn't particularly striking me. And I know there's going to be plenty of you out there that this happens to now and then, probably more often than we admit, that you'll get a bottle, maybe a bottle of something that you've had at a tasting or at a whiskey event, and thought, oh yeah, I have to have a bottle of that. And then you get that bottle home, and when you do open it up and try it, it's just not quite the way you remember it, or not quite what you were hoping for at the time. And so it goes back in the cabinet because you're just not quite connecting with it. And now and then, you when you can't decide what you want to pour, you might just bring it out and go, oh, I don't know what to pour, so I'll have another one of these and see how it is now. You might do that a few times. Like I said, in this case, I'd say I got through a third of this bottle, just now and then trying it, seeing whether there's been any change. Then all of a sudden, at the two-thirds left mark, I was really finding it delicious. Now, that may be because the season's changed and it was just really suiting summer. It might also be that my palate slightly changed, or my taste preferences slightly changed. I don't think they really changed that quickly because there's so much more in the cabinet that I still enjoyed just as much as I did years and years ago. Or is it that the whiskey changed? Well, we all know that whiskey can oxidize in the opened bottle. Not open. Don't leave your bottles without their corks, people. But an opened and recorked bottle, especially once you've taken it past the shoulder there, it will oxidize and change ever so slightly. Generally, I find with the type of good quality whiskies that I'm buying, that change is always going to be for the better. Sometimes, very rarely, it can somewhat deteriorate, if you will. But you usually only find that happening in your lower strength, lower ABV whiskies. I'm talking the 43 and 40% stuff, that you really don't want to have them hanging around for too long. Anything 46 and above, you can happily keep for years on end, as long as they're stored in a cool, dry place, out of the sunlight, with their cork on and intact. They'll be fine. And it's those sorts of whiskies that, as I've just described, they seem to change for the better over time. That's not to say that I would want to leave this much longer with just that much whiskey in the bottle now. I'll probably be wanting to finish that off. I would say I don't really want to hang on to this after this summer. Not that I wouldn't want to keep some, but I know that at that level it will start not changing for the worse, but it will just start losing its flavour. It's like leaving your chewing gum on the bedside table overnight. It loses its flavour. Yeah, anyhow, if you store your whiskey correctly, look after it, you'll be fine. Now I'm just getting a bit of vanilla custard and ice cream with those spices and still with those fruits. It's really bright, light, fruity whiskey, this one. Just perfect for summer. So what am I going to give this one? I think it's a 10-year-old single cask. I think I'll give that an 83 out of 100. So that's a decent score. That is Thompson Bros Australian exclusive Linkwood 10-year-old, 55.7%, 83 out of 100. There you go, folks. Let me know what you're enjoying through summer, if you're down this side of the planet, or if you're up in the north, then let us know what you guys prefer in summer as well. But until next video, Slán